So we're going to be going through hip flexion, PAILs and rails in a bent knee position. So you want to find a position where you are past your active end range for hip flexion. So in this case, I'm going to use a wall to help me create tension. You can also use mobility sticks, PVC pipes, whatever you have on hand. All right, I'm going to just put my foot up on the block so that if I try, this actually is not my end range. So if I try to lift off, you should not be able to go anywhere without compensations, of course. So I'm just going to add another block. Here, and then you can also play around with some pelvic tilt. So if I give myself just a little bit of anterior pelvic tilt, then that's going to make it even harder for me to get more hip flexion out of this left side. Okay, so find whatever position that is, and you're going to feel a stretch on the outside of that joint. So this is going to be your progressive angle, and then your regressive angle is going to be in that hip flexion. Right? So for your PAILs, you're going to be pushing down into the block, contracting all of that progressive tissue, isometrically, of course. And then for your rails contraction, you're going to be trying to lift that knee up to the ceiling. All right? So feeling the stretch here, shift around, find whatever stretch feels good for you. Your position is going to look different from mine, as it should. All right. Once you've shifted around, found a really good stretch, let yourself accommodate to that for just a short bit here. Ideally, you're looking for about a 2-minute stretch, but as I've explained it, hopefully you're already in position and or probably already there. And I want you to just slowly, gradually start that progressive contraction. So nice and easy, pushing that foot down into the block. And I want you to build it up. Slowly turn that dial up for your intensity. And when you get to about 50 to 60%, start irradiating tension. So here we can use the wall. You can use your right knee pushing into the ground. Drive everything you got as you're pushing that left foot down into the block. Find your greatest max for today and hold it. Smush those blocks into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then rails. Try to lift that knee off in toward the ceiling. And relax. Okay. And relax back into the stretch. I'm going to find a little bit more of a stretch this time. Take 2 deep breaths, and then we're going to go again. Okay, so hopefully you've pushed into that stretch a little bit. And start your progressive contraction, pushing that foot down into the block. Trying to contract all that tissue on stretch. Build it up, build it up. Irradiate, big breath in, brace. Drive as hard as you can down into the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull that knee up. Your foot isn't actually going to lift, so just think about less pressure on that block. Try to lighten up the load as much as you can. Knee pulls to the ceiling and relax. Okay. So that is PAILs and rails for hip flexion.